Hello. So today I'm going to show you how to use the constructor of a child class. So in other words, if I have got inheritance, I'm working with inheritance, and I've got a child class, and the child class has also got a constructor. That's what I'm going to cover today. So this is my fourth video in the OOP for Java, and it's better if you watch all the videos. But anyway, so this one is about constructors, and it's about constructing the child class. So I'm going to switch the video off. Right, okay, so what am I going to do today? Okay, I'm going to show you the constructor in a child class. Okay, so last time we did constructors, I've already shown you how to use a constructor. So I'm just going to go to my class. So here I've got a class, it's got a constructor. The constructor is recognized by the name. The name is the same as the class name. Also, there's no return type. Also, it's the first method of all the methods. It's above all my methods. So those three qualities tell me that it is a constructor. It's at the top, and I look at the name, and I look at no return type. Okay, so no return type. So I know this is my constructor. Okay, but now I want to make a child class for this one. Okay, for this class, my carpets class. So I've got carpets child. Okay, so let's just okay, right, do that. Okay, okay. Now I've got here some stuff. Okay, so let's look here. Okay, so it's giving me an error now. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, this error is going to go now. So it doesn't go. Okay, so don't worry about that error. I want to first talk to you about the child. Okay, so my child, carpets child, extends carpets. Okay, so this extends tells me that my carpets class is being extended by the child. So I've got a child here. The child inherits everything from the parent. So when I make an object of my child class, I have access to the method in my child class. There's only one in this one. So here I can see the one. I'm going to hide that one as well. So I've got two methods here, the constructor and the method. Okay, so but when I make an object of carpet child, I automatically can use Calc Travel Fee and all the methods that is in carpets. That is why I extend VM carpets, because I feel like less effort. I want to just make an object of the child and not of both. I want the computer to be clever enough to know if I make my object of the child, it can also have access to all the methods that's in carpets. Okay, so it's nice. Okay, so because the child class has access to everything that's in the parent class or the super class or the base class, because the child class inherits everything that the parents have. So that's the first thing. Okay, now let's look at Calc Travel Fee. Now, Calc Travel Fee is going to get the input parameter. Input parameter is used, and I return a variable called TF. Okay, so can you see I've got no problem? There is no problem with actually executing this method as long as the value comes in. It's able to calculate any of this. So that's fine. But now I've got a little bit of a problem with this class. Okay, the problem I have with this child class is in the parent class. You know what? The parent class, let's go and have a look. The parent class has a constructor. Okay, now the constructor has a parameter. Okay, now why is this posing a problem? Okay, I'm going to show you why it poses a problem. I go to my run class. Here I've got my main method. The main method wants to use all the methods, okay? And it uses the methods in calc area, calc carpet price, calc labor price. Where are they? They in this object. What is this object? This object is of carpets. Okay, go to carpets. carpets. Okay, can you see carpets is my parent? It's not extending anything, so it's my parent class. Here is calc area carpet, so that works. Okay, so now the problem is if I want to use the method that is in my child class. Okay, so I want to use the method that's in my child class. So the child class was, let's quickly go and have a look. Okay, the child class has got this variable, this calc travel fee. Okay, that is the method, and it's going to return a double. Okay, it's my travel fee. Okay, so it's called travel fee. It needs an input of distance, and it's going to return a travel fee for that distance. Okay, so I go and I want to use it. I want to say double travel fee. Okay, what is that? It's the outcome of my obj dot, my object, and I'm going to give it a distance. I've got a variable distance here. Okay, it's 10. Okay, now can you see I'm getting the error? Of course, I'm going to get the error because I need to refer to my child. Okay, so I refer to the child. So referring to the child means I've got to use the name of the class of my child, which is carpet's child. Okay, so I'm going to use carpet's child. And when I use carpet's child, because carpet's child is extending carpets, I should be able to use calc travel fee. And there I'm using calc travel fee. That's brilliant. Okay, so now, okay, I've got a problem. Okay, can you see I'm getting errors? Okay, so I just want to go and see why I've got these errors. Okay, now I've got the error in carpet price. Okay, so let's go to carpet price. Carpet price, he's using this thing. Okay, now this variable square meter charge gets its value in the constructor. Okay, oh, sorry, I didn't click somewhere. Okay, so now can you see this constructor gets an input parameter. That input parameter goes into square meter charge. Square meter charge is then shut down into all the other methods that use it. Okay, but now the problem is when I make my object of the child, I'm referring to the child and not to the parent. The parent needs this input parameter, not the child. Okay, so how do I get this input parameter to the parent without speaking to the parent, if you know what I mean? I'm going to speak to the child. How do I get that value to the parent without speaking to the parent? That's my problem. So when I look here, my object, when I make the object of the child class, I pass a parameter in. Okay, this parameter goes to a constructor, but it should go to the constructor of the child. Okay, so I've got to make a constructor for the child, although this 5 is actually meant for values that is in my parent class. Okay, so I'm going to go to the child class and I'm going to look here. Can you see in my method of my child class, I don't need my square meter price, but I'm going to put here a square meter price. Okay, that is input to a constructor of the child. Okay, now the child has got a job. His job is to tell the parent what is the value of that square meter price. Okay, my computer is just going faint at the moment. So I want to use what we call the super keyword. Okay, and the super keyword will supply a value to the constructor of my parent. Okay, I've got a typo here. Okay, so square meter price super keyword, the function of the super keyword is it takes a value, the value in the brackets, and this value in the brackets is passed into the parameter of the constructor of the parent. So I go to the parent. Okay, here is the name parent. I go to that class. Here is the parent. It needs that input. Okay, and it's then going to do what it needs to do. Okay, so because when I make an object of the child must supply the parameter to the constructor of the parent. Because my constructor, I can't call it, there's no way of passing a parameter into it with a method call. So I only get values to a constructor by making the object, but I make the object of the child and not of the parent. So the child must pass the parameter upwards to the parent. So when I create, here's my object. I make the object of the child class, I pass a parameter in. This parameter goes to the constructor of the child. The child then uses the super keyword to push that value up to the parent, to the constructor of the parent. This brackets here, the values in the brackets only work with constructors. It doesn't go to any of the methods as parameters. So this, what I put here in the brackets when I make the object, that is a value that is required by a constructor. And if that value is not required by the constructor of the child then takes this value and puts it to the constructor of the parent by the super keyword. So let's just have a quick look at the super keyword. I'm making an object of my child. I give it a 5. Okay, so it goes to the child. It takes a 5, put it here. Then super keyword, super it up to the parent. Okay, what does the parent do? It catches that what the super sends, put it here in this double, and then that value goes here, and that goes down to the other methods. So that's all. That's the secret of constructors. And you see it says pie, and Java is for babies. See you next time.